Chipies ecosystem, the humanity regenerative sanctuary ecosystem. For decades, humanity has documented a quiet decay, miseries, tears among families, and a systemic vulnerability that forces billions to beg for their very survival. We have watched value extracted, centralized, and guarded behind commissions, custom structures, and endless bureaucracy. But the truest tragedy, we have accepted these abnormalities as the natural order of life. We ask ourselves, why should 90% of our world exist in perpetual suffering while the architecture of society screens who is allowed to live well, and who is born to merely endure? What if value was decentralized worldwide? What if the whole globe could coordinate to build together, ensuring that everyone flourishes, regardless of background, origin, or privilege? Life cannot be about begging for your life, signing one restrictive form after another, or existing inside technologies designed only to reap your essence. Inside every person is a child that deserves to play, to explore, and to arrive on this earth with the absolute certainty that they will thrive. Without begging, without blind trust, without compromise. This is why we built the Chipies ecosystem, a regenerative sanctuary ecosystem engineered to help humanity become fully independent, self-sustaining, and collectively coordinated across generations. Built with no single point of failure and no centralized control, this global home stands firmly on three unbreakable backbones: company creatorship, opening the way for every single human to actively steer the kind of world that benefits us all; company ownership, a permissionless, global mechanism enabling millions to own the value they build, distributing prosperity straight to the individual; and stewardship, the sacred duty of governance, guaranteeing that every single subsystem is designed purely to elevate the quality of life for its co-owners. All of this runs on Cocreate, the trustless protocol that provides the verifiable, transparent framework for all humanity to build together. This is a world with no users, no customers, only company creators, company owners, and stewards. The faster we coordinate, the faster we secure a future where human civilizations thrive permanently. This is the end game for the future of humanity. This is Chipies ecosystem, the humanity regenerative sanctuary. Welcome home.
In all our previous discussions, we have been mentioning the term co-creatorship. Now it's time to dive deep into what co-creatorship really is. So co-creatorship is the process of designing, aligning, and creating new pathways, systems, opportunities within Chipies ecosystem. So everything, every subsystem, anything inside Chipies ecosystem is not a single person's decision. It is a community's decision. So co-creatorship is the process of coming up with how do we align this, how do we do this, how do we achieve this, how do you create this inside Chipies ecosystem. So economic designs inside Chipies ecosystem are a result of co-creatorship alignment. Executions in Chipies ecosystems are a result of co-creatorship. So it is the creation and design layer of Chipies ecosystem, a process through which people identify problems and opportunities. It is a mechanism for proposing and designing solutions and a framework for creating new subsystems and enablements. So for us to be able to come to a point where we say this is a financial enablement, this is a manufacturing enablement, or a subsystem that concentrates on improving people's lives, or other forms of emerging subsystems inside Chipies, those emergings are a result of co-creatorship. So co-creatorship is a pathway of for aligning people around a shared mission and the foundation from which co-ownership and stewardship emerge, right? Okay. So the role of co-creatorship in Chipies ecosystem. So what is the role of co-creatorship in Chipies ecosystem? So co-creatorship identifies problems in the real world and opportunities in the real world, right? It then enables the creation of subsystem concepts in Chipies ecosystem, then the designing of economic structures around that specific subsystem. Then it is the one that enable ownership structures, that enable incentive mechanism to how a specific subsystem incentivize or improve the quality of its co-owners or the people who co-own that subsystem. It is the execution pathway, or it is the one that come up with a co-creatorship plan on how, where, when, and what is the formula we are going to use to achieve a specific mission or vision that is being created by that subsystem. Then it forms the foundation of co-ownership, forms the foundation of stewardship, and it is the one that transforms ideas into deployable systems on or in chipies ecosystem. So what is the co-creatorship consensus mechanism? So co-creatorship consensus mechanism is the process through which ideas are discussed through the community. It is the process through which refineries are done, refineries to ideas, alignments, and accepted before becoming deployed the subsystems within chipies ecosystem. So what happens is co-creatorship operates through what we call the human essence, or the community that aims to improve people's lives, right? So through the human essence, this is where we come up with what we call a co-creatorship plan. And this co-creatorship plan is a result of a co-creatorship consensus mechanism. We have agreed that we will do these things this way. We have agreed that we are going to design the economic structures of this subsystem through this way. We have agreed that we are going to take this pathway. So that's consensus. That's co-creatorship consensus mechanism. Right? Okay, now let's look on why co-creatorship matters, why it matters. So we have seen a lot of systems that are running humanity today. We have political systems, we have socialisms, we have communalism, we have capitalism, we have systems like employment systems, etc. All those kind of things, school systems. Why co-creatorship matters in humanity, and why it is the right time, and why chipies ecosystem opted for co-creatorship. Why we are engineering, or we are pioneering co-creatorship. Listen, so co-creatorship enables humanity to collectively design solutions to real-world problems on themselves, humanity building for itself, globally, global coordination. So it creates the foundation of new subsystems, enablements, and opportunities. We are collectively shaping the kind of life. We are bringing our imaginations together in order to live, to design, to determine the kind of a life that we want to live in. So we are giving through co-creatorship the ability of every person, the ability for every civilization to determine who and how and where and what they want to see in their lives. Through co-creatorship, we are aligning different people through shared missions and objectives, generating yields that benefit us. So the co-creatorship is the beginning or the foundation of a positive sum gain global-wide. It is one that enables continuous innovation and evolution across chipies ecosystem. So we are saying co-creatorship is a series of experiments. So we will see a lot of breakthroughs going on inside chipies ecosystem through co-creatorship. This is why co-creatorship matters more than any other system ever alive. Okay, the future of chipies ecosystem powered by co-creatorship. So in the future, we are looking forward to see people actively designing the future they want to live in rather than adapting to systems designed by others. We don't know how our healthcare systems are started. We don't know even how the school system started. What are the plans behind things like capitalism, socialism, etc. How basically majority of the systems that are running us, what is the purpose of politics in humanity? We are yet to understand, because we don't have any role we played in coming up with that system. But anyone who knows how to design a system can tell you that a system without a back end is not a system. So why are we using front ends? Why are we only consumers of systems that we wake up early in the morning and those systems determining our life? This is why we are suffering, and we now we need to develop our systems. We need to determine who we want to be, how we want to live, how it is. We are looking forward to see a future where every individual having the ability to contribute to the creation of value producing systems, where life evaluation systems, they are belonging to the people who use them. I mean, for example, you don't know how pills are created, right? How they are made in laboratories, right? But we consume them because we trust that the pills are meant to save us. But if Big Pharma is $1 billion company, it is $1 billion company because it is investing in you. So the profits that the Big Pharma is making is invested in you. So how do you trust a business to save you if it is meant to make more profits? You can only make more profits by making your product matter in recurring uses. So this is why co-creatorship matters. Okay, we are looking forward to see a civilization where the direction of progress is shaped by collective creativity, participation, and shared purpose. So, in simple terms, co-ownership empowers humanity to become who they want to be, and to own the future, and to own the environment, to own their lives, and to, I mean, a person in the street to determine who he or she wants to be. So you hold power through co-creatorship. Thank you.